everybody, welcome back to my channel. As you can see, I have a little bit of a new setup here. I am slowly but surely improving the channel, so let me know what you think. I'm thinking of getting like some art to put back here, and I have the mic sitting on my desk rather than holding it. Let me know which is better. I kind of did a sound test, but it sounded better sitting down, I think. So anyway, hi, if you are new here, I'm Bethany. I was in Beachbody for 7 years, from 2014 through 2021, and I have been deconstructing, deprogramming from MLM the last few years, and now I'm here talking about it, reacting to some of these things these MLM people say and why they're false or misleading, and just kind of cluing you guys in. So I am slowly but surely doing my best to improve the technical aspects of this channel. So that's why you saw a little test at first, and I have set up in my guest room now. So I have like a little studio, I guess you could say, and I got some more lights, and yeah, so we're gonna keep plugging away. So I hope you guys enjoyed my last video in the old setup. I was kind of flummoxed how this woman could do an entire 2-part series about the allegation of MLMs being a pyramid scheme and then not actually address that allegation at all. It was amazing. So I've been checking my Instagram every day for part 3, but it hasn't popped up yet. I promise as soon as we hit part 3, I will let you guys know and we will cover it. Part 3 is up. Okay, this is what we're going to have to react to, right? Part 3 is up. So change of plans. We're going to react to part 3. Okay, let's do this.
There are very real reasons why network marketing has produced so many female millionaires. 80% of women earning over 6 figures come from the network marketing industry.
Okay, already I'm going to stop her because that figure is actually of 6-figure earners that exist in multi-level marketing, which there are not a lot. It's 1% or less. 80% of those people are women. And this is why she pulled this up. She screenshotted the AI overview. I haven't gone on an AI rant yet, but you guys know I'm a socialist, I'm a leftist, and I think the overuse of AI is getting ridiculous. It's terrible for the environment, and it's wrong. You can find misinformation without also ruining the environment. So yeah, that actual statistic is that of the amount of, or millionaires or 6-figure, this is so wrong. This AI is just wrong. The AI is just wrong. It says the industry with the most female millionaires is network marketing. That's not true. This industry is known for creating more female millionaires than any other, with over 80% of women earning 6-figure incomes within it. You can't say that's wrong when 99% of people lose money in MLM. So you're already misquoting, you're already wrong. And money, it says we've helped over 100 people reach the $1 million club. All of this in just 10 years. So in 10 years, how many market partners have you had? And over only 100 in 10 years have reached $1 million in commissions cumulatively. So that's like $1 million. They could have, that could have taken them the entire 10 years to get there. And then what's going on with their income now? It's like I already had to stop her.
Like you can't fight that fact. That's not a scam. That's not a pyramid scheme. Monetizing specifically has created over 100 female millionaires in under 10 years. And that's just the truth.
Okay, again, I just want to say, like, as much as like I really want to comment on this, let's not comment on this. Comment on this video, like it, comment, subscribe if you like this video, but don't comment on Melly's video. We're gonna leave her alone, but we are gonna say that they're not millionaires. There's a difference between being a millionaire and earning $1 million cumulatively in Monate. You may never have $1 million all at the same time from Monate. So she's, again, misrepresenting the statistic in her favor, and she's wrong, and she's actually just like outright lying to you.
Already decided that you're too good for it. You're literally just limiting yourself. No one is holding you back, but
you are too good for it. You have too much talent. You have too much to offer the world to be taken advantage of by Melly in her multi-level marketing. You know what? Since calling it a pyramid scheme makes me closed-minded, I will call it a predatory business model. That's what we're going to call it. So it's a predatory business model. Show me how it's not. Show me what happens to 99% of people who join Monate.
But your head and your heart, right? You literally just slam the door on your own evolution and take it to the freedom and abundance that you say that you want. I'm honestly not here to convince anyone of anything. I'm not here to defend an industry. Think whatever you want. Just remember the stories that you tell yourself become your reality. I'm not here to persuade you, but I am here to wake you up. Because the woman who was...
That's not true. The stories that you tell yourself do not become your reality. If something terrible happens to you, that is not your fault. If you are struggling in poverty, likely that is not your fault. You know, like we're all struggling right now. Like cost of living is going up. Social safety nets are being cut. By the way, I had someone, not in this video, but the one before it, say, things are getting a little too political around here. Ma'am, getting? I have been political from day one. I have not hidden anything. I talk about the politics of MLMs all the time because MLMs are political and economic. And if me calling out a literal concentration camp is a bridge too far for you, I think you need to take a good hard look at your morals. Because my morals are not affiliated with any political party. I choose my morals based on what I believe, me rocking my desk here, what I believe to be good and what I believe to be evil. And I don't care who the president is. Concentration camps are evil. And if you don't think so, you have major morality issues. And that's not something that like I can compromise on or that I can meet someone halfway on. I'm sorry, human rights violations are not something I'm ever going to compromise on. Anyway, so just know if you're new here, I get political. I'm very political. I talk about the politics of MLM and how these Huns are inherently right-wing, even if they think they're left-wing. MLMs are inherently right-wing and capitalist, and it's intimately tied with the political and economic situation that's going on. The alt-right weird wellness pipeline is intimately tied to MLMs. MLMs are often a gateway to that weird Robert F. Kennedy alt-right pipeline. Like this is all just facts, guys. Not to steal a phrase from Melly. Okay, you don't know this, but I just had to stop filming for a little bit to eat a couple of dark chocolate almond butter cups because I needed some chocolate. I needed it. Because we are going to get into it. We're going to get into it with Naturally Melly and her ad hominem attacks, her whataboutism, her every logical fallacy, her misinformation, like, girlfriend, what are you doing? So I screen recorded so I can work from the screen recording now. Okay, the reason that I wanted to start from the beginning just to show that part again is that what are the real reasons? You're not giving us anything real, Melly. What are the real reasons? What are they? How many female millionaires? Something that is very clear is that if something worked, everyone would do it. You know? You wouldn't have to work this hard to convince people. You wouldn't have to tell them they're small-minded. People are motivated by money. We all want money. We all need money. We all want more money. If MLMs worked, people would do them. You wouldn't have to try this hard. But you're on here making this 3-part series to try to convince people that this is good for them. But who does it benefit? It benefits you. You're trying to get people to join your downline. I'm not out here trying to get you guys all to start a YouTube channel because there's no financial incentive for me to do that. Like, I don't get, if you are inspired by my content and you feel motivated to speak out and start your own YouTube channel. I mean, that's awesome. Like I love that. I love that I could have that kind of inspiration for you. Of course, I'd love to inspire people, but like, I don't get anything for it. So, you know, I'm not out here trying to be like, you guys, I made a week's worth of money to cover a week's worth of groceries last month on YouTube. It's real. It's like, no. I mean, wouldn't that be, do you feel weird? Do you like that I did that? No, because like, it's weird. I'm sure you guys are like, I'm happy for you. You know, you've subscribed to me. You're happy for me. But like, it's weird because normal people don't do that. I don't have to convince you that having a YouTube channel is a real job and you get paid through Google AdSense. Like you watch my videos and you see an ad pop up. Like everyone knows that like once you hit 1,000 subscribers, you get monetized on YouTube. But like no one out here is being like, I drive for DoorDash and I made $200 last week. I made enough to cover my kids' camp fees driving for DoorDash last week. You should do it too. You know, like they're not doing that because they're like, yeah, if someone comes up to them and is like, yeah, I could use some extra money, they could be like, oh, I like driving for DoorDash. But they're not like out here posting on social media because there's no financial incentive for them to do that. Just that alone shows me that like you're doing this because you need people to join your downline because either you're losing money or you never were making very much money with money in the first place. All three of these posts only have comments from like fellow Mon8 people and only have a few likes. Like Melly has fewer Instagram followers than I do, but 11 likes on this most recent one. Part 2 has 9 likes and 2 comments. It's one comment from one person and she responded to it. And the first part has 14 likes and 6 comments. And they're just they're from the same person that's also already in Mon8 and it's her replying to them. So like, this did not work for you, but you're so delusional that you think it is. Okay, let's get to where we left off.
You literally just slammed the door on your own evolution and take it to the freedom and abundance that you say that you want. I'm honestly not here to convince anyone of anything. I'm not here to...
You're not? You're not here to convince anyone of anything? Then why are you doing this? Why do it at all? I'm here to convince people of things. I'll admit it. I'm here to convince you that MLMs are objectively predatory and they hurt people financially, mentally, emotionally. And even the people who do benefit financially, those very, very, very small percentage of people that make a lot of money, they have lost their soul in the process because they did it by cannibalizing other people, usually women's finances. And they did it by gaslighting, manipulation, emotional abuse. They make you doubt yourself. They make you doubt your ability that you work hard or that you're like a good enough person. They make you doubt your personal development. They are mean girls at best and sociopathic narcissists at worst. And that's why I'm here. So, and maybe that sounds harsh, but that's my experience with all of these top leaders. They have become terrible people to get what they got. So your options in an MLM are to lose money, have mid-success, which means you give way more time and effort and emotion and mental health to result, like me, in mid-success where your highest paycheck is $45,000 before taxes and expenses. Highest pay year. Or you can be a corrupt, greedy person who lives a lavish lifestyle because other people have gone into credit card debt and doubted themselves based on your advice and your words. So those are your options in MLM, okay? Let's make that crystal freaking clear.
Find an industry, think whatever you want. Just remember the stories that you tell yourself become your reality. I'm not here to persuade you, but I am.
Okay, I know. Some of this is repeated, but... It's because I screen recorded it. Now I'm working from the screen recording. Yeah, I talked about the stories becoming your reality. You said, I'm not here to defend this industry. I'm not here to persuade you. Girl, you made a 3-part series defending the industry. What are you doing here? That's clearly what you're here for. Like, you're just lying about the thing you're doing while you're doing it. Like, what? Girl, what?
I'm here to wake you up, because the woman who is ready to rise, woman who is ready to evolve, woman who is ready to step into the woman that God created her to be, she's not worried about what like her cousins.
Leave God out of this. Do I need to bring out my Lindsay Matway Bible verses again? There are so many Bible verses about not taking advantage of the poor. Girl, like, you leave God out of this. Also, another reason I'm stopping so much is that I did find a thing to help me take the background music out, but even that is still not the best. Apparently you have to have like Adobe Pro, which I do not have. I'm starting to curate like my order of priorities for my YouTube channel of like, you know, every time the AdSense comes in, like what to get next to improve it. So it's going on the list, but it's not there yet. There are some other things like an external hard drive. Those are higher up on the list. But the reason I stop her so much too is that I wasn't able to fully get rid of the music. You could still kind of hear it, but the video that went up Tuesday, like it had no issues. I didn't have any monetization issues with it. No restrictions or anything. So I think part of that is because I do interrupt her so much. So the music doesn't play long enough for it to become a copyright material. So yeah, we're getting into, I promised you guys I would talk about like divine feminine stuff. And this is a Venn diagram of MLM nonsense and divine feminine nonsense. So we're getting our first little teaser of this.
Or coworkers are thinking about her or saying about her. She's taking life into her hands and taking her power back and writing a new story for herself so that her future can look the way that she wants it to look and her life can feel the way that she wants it to feel. The woman who's ready to rise is ready to build wealth.
I never took my power back stronger than when I left an MLM. Joining Beachbody and staying in it for 7 years, I surrendered my power over the course of that time to manipulative people like Meredith Ganau and Amy Silverman Mashburn and all these, Christina Delgado, all these women at the top. And I let them gaslight me into thinking that I was the problem when the business structure was failing me and when I was burning myself out trying to get to that level in Beachbody. And when I left, I started reclaiming my power. I started saying I get to choose what I want to do with my time. I do not have to post on social media if I don't want to. I can sit on my couch and watch freaking Netflix if I want to. I don't have to worry about whether I'm hitting Success Club, whether I'm constantly doing enough. I have a day job and like, sure, there are like goals and things like bonus categories and things that I try to achieve in my day job. But like when I am done at work, I don't think about work. I don't think about it. The most powerful things is that not trying to monetize every aspect of my life means that I have gotten to know myself, and that is super empowering. I love to do my makeup. For fun. I love to read. I am almost at 100 books read this year so far, and it is July 29th. Like, I love to work out for me, and I don't take videos of those and post them anymore because I can just have it be private, and I don't have to worry about how I look while I'm working out or anybody else watching me. Like, I love to do opera and musical theater, and I don't have anything to prove to anyone about my level of success in that. Like, it is so empowering to not let other people tell you how to think, how to feel, tell you that your emotions are wrong because your emotions make them uncomfortable, your thoughts are wrong, you're thinking the wrong things, and that's why you're not successful. It is a high control group. It is not empowering. In order to join an MLM and stay in, you have to surrender your power. So this is another bald-faced lie, which, by the way, the phrase is bald-faced lie, not bold-faced lie. Just saying, that is the phrase. Whether it sounds weird or not, that is the phrase.
Worthiness and a legacy, all on her own terms. I have been talking to God a lot lately, and he is like, woman, you've got a lion in your lungs.
It's not on her terms. It's on Monet's terms. You have to sign policies and procedures, things that you don't read through. It's all on Monet's terms. They can change the compensation plan the same way Beachbody did. About a year before Beachbody went affiliate, they changed the compensation plan to reduce the discount that you get for being a partner, reduce the commission you get paid for being a partner, reduce the team volume bonus, and lower the cap for the maximum bonus you can have at each rank. And they just did that. And so like a bunch of people lost money for doing the same amount of work. People got a demotion. People got a pay cut. And then they gaslit you into thinking that you're not a good business person if you're mad about it, because in business, sometimes you just have to do things. And yeah, if you're struggling as a company, why not, cut the prices on the people you're already exploiting, cut their compensation. And Monet can do that too. Monet can go affiliate. They can take away your downline at any time. And even if they don't, it's not on your terms. It's on your upline's terms too. You're going to be constantly shamed for not doing enough. Does that sound fun?
It's like, I made you passionate for a reason. Like, why aren't you talking? So I feel...
Interesting how when people get a message from God, it's always what they wanted to hear. Interesting how God was not like, hey, stop taking advantage of vulnerable women in order to make yourself rich. Oh, wait, God did say that in the Bible. The only acceptable word of God in most sects of Christianity.
So passionate about elevating this industry and doing it in a really classy way, because this industry changed my life. I didn't expect this. This industry changed my life. And I want more women to experience it. And it makes me mad that like dumb bullshit is holding people back just because of like the programming and just the mass, what's that word? Mass groupthink. I effing hate groupthink. I've always been a...
MLM is groupthink. It is groupthink. When I look back to Super Saturday, or then it became Super Weekend, when I look back on, I have to sneeze. Is it going to happen? I don't know. Okay. It's just lingering. Get out of there. Okay. When I look back on Summit, when I look back on every retreat, there are just more opportunities for them to further brainwash you, to use thought-stopping techniques, to shut down questions, to shut down objections, to get you in this like tribal type of thinking. That's what those events are for. Okay? It is the most groupthink in the world. And again, she's just harping on, it's your programming, it's your bull stories that you're telling yourself. It's you. If you think my industry is predatory, that's a you problem. She still hasn't presented Monet as a business model to be like, oh, you think it's a pyramid scheme? Here's why it's not. She's just attacking you the whole time and pulling out a misrepresented statistic.
Super independent thinker. I want to break that mold. And so this is what you're going to see a lot more. I'm so committed to elevating this industry so that more women can experience the freedom and abundance and ease and flow that is available to them on the other side of their, let's just call it a trauma.
None of that is available to you in M&M. Sorry, M&M. Sorry. None of that. Freedom and abundance and ease. You become trapped when you're in an MLM. Scarcity starts to take hold because you start spending all of this money on the product and the programs and the whatever other stuff they tell you need to buy, like the ClickFunnels stuff, and maybe you need to pay for Instagram ads, and maybe you need to go to all these events where you have to pay for your flight, your travel, your meals, everything. I got into credit card debt. So abundance, no. Freedom, no. You're like trapped. You have to do these things. They tell you like, why are you doing this fun thing? Like, why are you watching Netflix when you haven't, achieved your monthly goals? You need to sacrifice the fun now for like the long-term gains. And then you keep sacrificing and the long-term gains never come. And so you've given up like all that fun for no reason. And ease? Hell no. Hell to the no. It is not easy. It is, you feel like you are doing everything you can and you can't move the needle an inch. And actually, it starts going down in the opposite direction, and you're losing money, and you're like, what the F did I get myself into?
A traumatized heart and a traumatized mind, because that's honestly how I see it. I think people's own...
Yes, I have PTSD. Yes, I'm traumatized. Yes, from being in an MLM for 7 years. I have PTSD from Beachbody.
Traumas and fears and even just like lineage stuff, ancestral stuff, generational stuff is holding women back. And I'm here to like...
Can you imagine someone being like, hey, I have a business idea for you? Can you imagine her going on Shark Tank and being like, I have a business idea for you. I want to pitch to you. If you think it's predatory, you have generational trauma to work through. And the sharks are sitting there like, but what's the business? Like, she hasn't even presented the business in order for someone to judge whether or not it is predatory. Like, all she's saying is she's just, again, any normal person, or somebody's trying to get you to invest in something, or if someone's offering you a job or anything, like, all you need is to tell them the job requirements, and the compensation. Anyone will be able to tell if that's a legitimate job. Just by that. Regardless of their ancestral trauma. Ancestral trauma has no place in a business pitch. That should go on a t-shirt. Don't pitch me a business. What are our t-shirt ideas now? I'm a carb, you're a carb, we're all carbs. Keep God's name out of your mouth. Like, there's just, God hates your MLM. Jesus hates your MLM. Lindsay Matway. Put Lindsay Matway's name on the t-shirt. She'd probably sue me. I would like a t-shirt that says Jesus hates your MLM, Lindsay Matway specifically.
I just want to like freaking flip tables and start a revolution, honestly, because I just want to show y'all how different it can be. It doesn't have to be the sleazy, icky network marketing that people think it is. We're not doing like slimy DMs and cold pitching, and I will never tell you to message 100 people. That's not how I work my business at all. No, honey, we ain't doing that. We out here building.
Okay, then what do you do? And it doesn't matter whether you cold message people, whether you host parties. MLM Huns are always out here being like, oh, you guys, it's not what you think because we don't host parties anymore. Like, that's the old school stuff. Like, oh, it's not what you think because we don't cold message people anymore. It's like, the structure's still the same, though. How do you make money? How do you make money? That's all I need to know if you're trying to pitch me a business opportunity. How do you make money? That's all I need to know. Like, she won't answer that question because it is a predatory business model.
Real lucrative businesses in a classy, elevated, feminine, high integrity way. That is the only way that I want to build a business. I came from a background of high stress and anxiety and burnout.
How, though? How are you? First of all, it's not your business. You are an independent contractor with Mon8. But elevated, classy, feminine way. Okay, so tell me how you do that. And like, why is it feminine? Why are so many of these grifters so obsessed with femininity and the divine feminine and just being feminine? Like, what is the deal? Like, what, are you guys trying to be like men who are obsessed with masculinity? Because I don't like that either. Like, can't we just be feminine if you're feminine? You don't have to do anything. I said this in my last video. Like, whatever femininity looks like to you is legitimate if you identify as feminine. Or even if you identify as a man, a he, him, and you want to express your femininity. That's great. We encourage that. You know, I love that. Dig into your feminine side. But like, it's just a social construct. It's the rules are made up and the game is rigged. So just do what you want to do. If you tell me, Bethany, I'm feeling really feminine today, and that means XYZ, I'm going to be like, great. Whatever it is, you know? Maybe you want to wear a dress and heels. Maybe you want to wear sneakers and a backwards baseball cap. Maybe you want to do a coven circle with your witch friends in the woods and dance naked in the moonlight. It's all feminine.
It's not how my beauty business is going to feel. I am so proud of the way that I lead. I'm so proud of the integrity that I have in this industry, and I'm so committed to it, and I'm so excited to see where it takes me, and it's where it takes the women who feel drawn to work with me and come into my world. I keep saying that, come into my world, and I promise I will transform yours. And I know that to be true with every cell in my body.
Is the integrity in the room with us? Where is the integrity? You're building your business with integrity? You didn't even say what the business is. Already, I see a lack of integrity in that you can't engage with the allegation that has been brought before you. All you do is attack the person that brought the allegation. That's called an ad hominem attack, and it's a logical fallacy. And this happens to me all the time whenever I post anything feminist. Inevitably, some like MAGA guy is like, oh, purple-haired feminist. And I'm like, yes, that's an observable fact. Yes, my hair is purple. Yes, I'm a feminist. Like, what are you trying to say with that? Apparently, that's shorthand for we can't listen to her. Okay, fine. Don't listen to me. I don't care. I don't really want to talk to you anyway. But like, if you can't engage with the substance of the argument, then you can't argue in good faith, and you've already lost your integrity. We can't listen to anything else you say because you're not even talking about the thing. You did a 3-part series on the pyramid scheme accusation and never responded to the accusation. Just told people they're small-minded and they have to heal their ancestral trauma and that you are feminine and have integrity. Okay. So that was Melly. And now, get ready. Okay, so in this second part of the video, we are going to get political. So we're going to be talking about a political bill that is currently on its way through Congress. So that is why we're going to talk about politics, and an MLM Hun who is talking about it and playing the victim when people point out her own politics to her. So if you don't want to watch this part, if that's not your thing, feel free to exit now. If you're down to get political with me, then please stay. I will always encourage people to, when something that they voted for or someone that they voted for starts to go against their own political or their own personal morals, to actually look at that and do some soul searching instead of doubling down and playing the victim when you're called out on that. So that being said, let's look at Ilana Muhlstein. Let me scooch. And Ilana is the other nutrition person. She actually is a registered dietitian. And she was kind of Autumn's counterpart. Beachbody made 2 nutrition courses. They took Autumn's containers and expanded it into the Ultimate Portion Fix. And then they brought in Ilana, who has her own program called To Be Mindset. So if you're unfamiliar with like all the Beachbody super trainers and personalities, Ilana is someone that I hadn't paid attention to until someone pointed out that she was doing some shenanigans. And I was like, you know what? I came for Autumn. I will come for Ilana too. So quick primer. Her program was called To Be Mindset, and it was based on 2 bunnies. And the bunnies, because the little bunny ears, the bunnies are water first, veggies most, track everything you eat, and weigh yourself every day. So I have my own issues with this. The water first, to me, I think encouraging people to drink water is a good thing. But water first specifically means drink 16 ounces of water before every meal to kind of trick your body into feeling full. And I'm sorry, but isn't that like a pro-Anna behavior? I've never suffered from that ED, but I think that is one of their behaviors. If you feel comfortable enough letting me know in the comments, please let me know. But that seems like at the very least a diet culture thing, right? The veggies most, again, I have no problem with. It's just that she was supposed to be the more flexible option, but she had like, this is how your plate is supposed to be. It's the same thing as the containers. And your plate for dinner was supposed to be 75% veggies, 25% protein, no carbs. Because she was like, why do you need energy when you're about to go to bed? Well, I literally can't get full without carbs. I can eat an entire rotisserie chicken, an entire head of cauliflower, and I won't feel full unless I have some potatoes. Like, that's just how I am. I don't know how you guys are. Let me know in the comments. But also after dinner, one of her phrases was dinner and done, find other fun. So I'm like, okay, so this is intermittent fasting. Just like be honest about it, you know? So despite billing herself as like the easier, more flexible, more like mindset work, it was rules, rules, rules. So you just had cutesy little names to go along with it. So here's the drama that happened this week. Here's where we're going to get political. Now, I don't know, because I'm not about to scroll back to November or October or even before that of last year to try to figure out if Ilana was posting anything political at that point. So I can't for sure say who she voted for, and she hasn't said either. But what she did was earlier this week, she posted this reel. And I'm just going to play for you the very beginning of it, like the amount that Instagram stories let her have before it moved on to the next story.
Right now, a bill is being pushed by Congress that would protect pesticide companies from being sued, even if they're...
The text says, House Committee advances bill.
Right now, a bill is being pushed by...
House Committee advances bill to keep public in dark about pesticide risks. So that's the article she linked.
Products are linked to cancer and other health problems. If this passes, food companies will have zero incentive to take out harmful ingredients from our food supply. This is a huge deal, and we...
Okay, so I didn't play the whole reel, but she essentially says, like, we need to call our Congress people and we need to tell them to vote no on this. And this is really a terrible thing. And I agree. It is bad. Pesticide companies should not be allowed to put pesticides that are known to cause cancer in our food supply. But here's the thing. Her collaborators, you know how on Instagram you can co-post with other people, and so you all have the same post on your page at the same time? She co-posted with Maha Mamas. So if you don't know what Maha is, if you're not in the United States, you know that Donald Trump's, catchphrase is MAGA, Make America Great Again. This is connected to that. It's Make America Healthy Again. And I put healthy in quotes because it's a lot of anti-vaxxer conspiracy theory stuff led by Robert F. Kennedy, who is off his rocker. So to put it diplomatically, that's the nicest way I can say it. So she's co-posting with a Republican organization. And she's co-posting with a Republican organization, okay? And she's saying in her caption, you guys, let's not make this political. Ma'am, you are posting about a bill in Congress. It is political. You can't make it unpolitical. It already is. It is a policy being voted on by politicians in the government. It is political. Like, what? How can you? I think what she means by that is, don't try to point out how my politics align with the people who are voting for this bill that my personal morals are against. Don't point out my cognitive dissonance. It makes me feel bad. That's what she's saying. So she posts that. I'm going to read you guys some of the comments from the comments section that call her out on this behavior. And you tell me if these are mean or name calling. So and I'm going to block out these people's screen names and pictures because they didn't ask to be on my YouTube channel. Section 453 of the FY26 Interior Environment Appropriations Bill, which includes provisions that would grant pesticide manufacturers immunity from lawsuits related to product harm, was passed by a Republican subcommittee on a straight party line vote, according to Beyond Pesticides. This means all Republicans present voted in favor of the bill language, while all Democrats opposed it. So that's just facts, right? That's what happened. It's not calling her names. It's not attacking her. Hey everyone, before we vote for a conservative Congress member or president, let's research how they historically vote on things like the environment. Fair. Go look up how Republicans tend to vote on things like the environment and on corporations and big businesses and having any restrictions or regulations on them at all in any way, even if it harms the American populace. Here's another one. Republicans historically have voted this way. It's not a surprise. What's confusing to us is why the Maha moms helped elect a Republican administration that is working to deregulate pesticides, heavy metal exposure, destroy our national parks, and rip healthcare and SNAP benefits away from poor children. Good question. Again, I don't see any name calling or meanness, just pointing out facts. Sorry, did anyone read Project 2025 before they voted? This is literally what you voted for. Shrinking the EPA and dismantling environmental protections, yes, the regulation of pesticides included, is laid out clearly. Why is everyone pretending to be shocked? Can you explain why you removed the post from yesterday? I didn't see that one. If anyone has it, please send it to me. Where you said they failed us, but failed to mention who voted. Spoiler, along party lines, it was all Republicans, 0 Dems, to allow corporations to continue to poison our environment. Ilana, you keep saying hold the lobbyists accountable, but don't mention the politicians who are bending to their lobbying. It takes two in this equation. By leaving out one of the important parties, you're trying not to make it political, but it ends up making your message feel hollow. Wow, citing statistics from the World Health Organization while simultaneously supporting the party that withdrew our nation's participation in it is wild. I think this is actually a really great comment. Always a victim, Ilana. When will you own up to what you voted for? It is great to bring awareness to this important and necessary topic, but people like you are backing Maha and look what it's done. Own up. It's okay to take accountability. Your followers would admire it. And that's all I wanted. Those are some comments. And I looked through, I scrolled through comments quite a bit. And look, I'm not saying that no one was calling her names or that no one was being mean. I'm just saying, like, maybe she deleted them. Obviously, we don't see what's going on in the DMs. But we see with people like this, people who've been in MLMs, this tendency to take calls for accountability and facts as attacks, which is why Aaron B says facts are not attacks. They take it as a personal attack instead of realizing that they made a mistake, and you can own up and hold yourself accountable, and you can say, hey, I've changed my stance on this, and I was wrong before. So let me show you her reaction to those comments that called her out.
It truly makes me sad how mean people are in some comments. It's sad. It's like I just feel like if you had a community and had friends, you just wouldn't be as emotionally triggered by some things. And so I just wish that upon everyone just to find internal happiness. So some things can like upset you that you see online. Believe me, I see things online.
I'm going to stop you right there. None of those comments that I read were mean. But what you said right now it is mean. It's just trying to paint everyone who disagrees with you as sad and lonely and triggered. And it's like, that's a mean thing to do. That's very mean of you. People who vote to the left and people like me who are progressive, leftist socialists actually place the community as the most important. It is more important than the individual or the romantic partnership or the family unit. The community should be the most important. Even what is good for the most people and placing the community as the most important. So yeah, we have community. And the fact that she is trying to paint everyone who critiqued her as sad, lonely trolls and their comments as mean and bullying is really disingenuous and really not cool. And honestly, she's the one engaging in mean girl behavior. I, of course, don't know if there were mean comments that were deleted, if there were name-calling comments. I can believe as a woman that she faces more name-calling, harassment, stuff like that, being a public figure woman on the internet. I don't know what's in the DMs, but I would say that the fact that she just generalized that all these comments were mean and bullying tells me that she's taking the facts as attacks, and she's talking about these people who are just giving her constructive criticism, especially that last one who said, if you realize that these policies go against your moral code and you need to really look at them and look at what you've supported in the past and now you've changed your mind, your followers would respect you for admitting that instead of trying to have it both ways. Like, the hypocrisy is astounding. And that's honestly how I came out of MLM, when I started to wake up and I started to see the business structure for what it was. And I was like, this goes against my morals. Like, I got into this because I wanted to empower women. I wanted to help women make money. And then I realized it was predatory. And so I left, and I apologized to people, and I try to make it right the best that I can. And that's partly why I do what I do. So we're here. We're never attacking the people. Oh, there's some music playing outside. We're never attacking people. We're never bullying. We're never calling names. We are pointing out the nonsense that they're saying, the logical fallacies, the hypocrisy, the manipulation, and how they're taking advantage of people. And hopefully one day they wake up to that and they get out, and maybe they start doing what I'm doing. That would be great. But if you made it this far, it's almost August. Let me know. Are you going back to school? Do you have kids that are going back to school? Are you starting to get into, like, do you have any end of summer plans? Let me know what you've got on the table in August. And as always, kiss your pets on their soft little heads for me, and I'll see you in my next one.
What does perfect even mean?